Barbara Carlson, and I teach English, and I've been here for 25 or 26 years. So I've been with the school almost since it opened, and I will be here to open the new school, but we will miss the seniors of this year. And I have enjoyed working with them very much. They're a hardworking, dedicated group of kids who can also have a lot of fun, and they have been just that. Oh, I think that the senior AP kids who went to see the Shakespeare production at the Rep are to be commended for the Scarlet A.
We had a thing in the announcement at the beginning of the year saying all those who are interested in going to the Soviet Union, please contact us. And there was meetings every morning, every week in the morning. And all those who stuck it out and paid their $2,000 decided, okay, well, you can go. And we went to Leningrad, Kalinin, Novgorod, and Moscow, back to Moscow. And and then walking through and hearing all these people talking in Russian, not in English, it kind of like hit you all of a sudden. You're like, whoa, wait, these people, and then you go up to people and you say something English, they go, they just smile at you. They don't understand what you're saying. The only reason people wanted to come home was because the food was not what we're used to eating.
Any words you want to say to your fellow top states as you wind up here?
Just good luck, and I hope that everyone's as scared as I am, and I'm not the only one.
News from around the world for late '88 and early '89 was both a mixture of hope and disappointment. From politics to Hollywood, our lifestyles are being challenged. While our evergreen state celebrated its centennial, America was electing a new leader. With the inauguration of George Herbert Walker Bush as the 41st president, our nation once again smoothly transferred the reins of power. In China, hundreds of protesters were gunned down on June 4th by the Chinese army after hundreds of thousands of Chinese students demonstrated for democratic reform. Back in the United States, the focus here was on a public servant's ethics or lack thereof. Tom Foley of Spokane took over as Speaker of the House after Jim Wright of Texas resigned. Wright left his seat after a year of investigation into his questionable financial dealings. And when it came to drugs, well, the U.S. Supreme Court said no when it upheld an earlier ruling okaying federal drug testing programs for workers in jobs involving public safety and health. The court also overturned parts of the controversial Roe versus Wade abortion case. Internationally, terrorism raised its murderous head when on December 21st, a Pan Am jet carrying 259 passengers and crew was blown away by a bomb over the skies of Lockerbie, Scotland. One of the nation's most notorious serial killers, infamous Ted Bundy, was executed in a Florida prison on January 24th. And gathered outside cheering were hundreds of spectators carrying signs which read, "Burn, Bundy, burn." However, there were a number of people in the news whose death we did indeed mourn. First and foremost was the passing of Lucille Ball. The star comedian died on April 26th, 1 week after undergoing emergency heart surgery. Gilda Radner of Saturday Night Live fame died on May 20th after a 2.5-year battle with cancer. In the government, Washington State Senator Warren Magnuson, who was an advocate for senior citizens, died in May, as did former Senator Claude Pepper. But as the saying goes, life goes on, and nowhere was that cliche better applied than in the area of technology and science, when on September 29th, the Space Shuttle Discovery successfully blasted off from Cape Canaveral after a 32-month hiatus brought on by the Challenger disaster. On the economic front, food prices rose, as did the prime lending rate. However, the trade deficit abroad shrank, as did our state's apple economy, after reports claimed that the fruit was sprayed with alar, a chemical believed to cause cancer. Two local companies, on the other hand, were financially in the black. Boeing Aircraft made profits of $614 million for the year, hiring an additional 4,000 employees. Microsoft, located in Bellevue, earned $47 million in profits, all in the fourth quarter alone. And when it came to being successful in fourth quarters, the San Francisco 49ers were just that, when in the last seconds of the 23rd Super Bowl, they defeated the Cincinnati Bengals. Our own Seattle Seahawks finished the season on an up note by winning, for the first time in its history, the AFC West. In baseball, the powerful Oakland Athletics were upset by the upstart Los Angeles Dodgers. The scrappy underdogs from LA won the series in 5 games. Locally in sports, all eyes were on Seattle, as the Emerald City was home to the elite Final Four competition. The champion of college basketball were the Michigan Wolverines, who beat Seton Hall in overtime. Internationally in sports, the world focused on Asia, as Seoul, South Korea played host to the 24th Olympiad. The success of the competition was marred, however, by the disqualification of Canadian sprinter Ben Johnson for illegal steroid use. But when it came to Hollywood films, the champion in everyone's eyes was Rain Man. The movie about an autistic savant garnered the most Academy Awards for that year, including Best Actor, Dustin Hoffman, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay. Jodie Foster won 1988's Best Actress Award, and as far as the tube was concerned, the year ended with a number of popular, long-running TV shows being canceled. Some of the ACT programs which ended the year included Dynasty, Moonlighting, and Family Ties.
Every class is different, and I love this class particularly. I think because of the senior panel this year, I'd say would be the one item that I could pick out, that they worked as a group cooperatively, and everyone contributed their own specific talents to make the senior panel itself a smashing success. But I think to the Tuna Trio, I was going to will them about a case of Day-Glo paint, but they used it all, so I don't have any left to give away. And I still insist that they come and take the table when the building is demolished, or I'm going to find them and get that table to them. I want you all to come. I wish for you a huge success. What I need from you is to come back and see me and tell me that what you're doing, because it's difficult to see this as an end. And I want to keep some contact with an awful lot of you out there. I want you to come back and see me and say, this is what I'm doing now, or these are my kids, or whatever. That I want to know. It can't be the end when you just walk out and leave me.
Gil Como, I teach chemistry and physics. Well, this class is about the same as all the other classes, I'd say, but I just wanted to get on camera here, my chance to be a big star, and this is what I'm sort of hoping will launch my career. This is a great class, though. A great bunch of guys and girls, and they really learned a lot of chemistry and physics this year, especially my fifth period group, the Dancing Wooly Masters. They really learned a lot, and when they were awake, and it's a good group. I was hiking club advisor, and our hikes could have been pretty miserable this year because it seemed like it snowed every one of them. But good group of kids. I like them a lot. Well, I think I'd like to pass on my great knowledge of modern physics, the Dancing Wooly Masters, and Schrodinger's cat. And I'd just like to say it was my lecture on Schrodinger's cat that Greg Kite stole for the ASB speeches that he gave this year.
Without delaying this any further, I just once again want to welcome all of you, and let's go with the awards.
How would you like to spend the long hereafter? I tell them what we're after is a one-way ticket a room without windows, a room without doors, a room with no God, but I can buy those guns that are yours. Like being a room on an island far from civilized shore. You and me in a room without windows, a room without doors. No bells will be ringing.
Great athletic accomplishments that you have provided us with there for 4 years. I don't know how many people know it, but we have 14 seniors that made a 3.75 GPA or above for an AQ. And of those 14 people, I'm now going to call forward 10 of those who participated in an athletic event this season. Congratulations to all of you guys. Okay, last thing that we give away is our Athlete of the Year. And the male Athlete of the Year will be Steve Chandler. Male is the All-Area Soccer Player of the Year. There was an article in the Seattle Times last night that said Janelle was probably the finest athlete in the entire Puget Sound this year, and probably one of the top athletes ever in the history of Mount Lake Terrace.
I'd like to present the award to the female scholar athlete winner, Amanda Johnson. Male recipient, Graham, Missouri.
And this award is given out for music excellence, and this year's recipient is Krista Craig.
National Alumni Association Scholarship to Tammy Riley.
You're going to actually do this one with both of us looking at each other acting like fools.
That's true. That's all right.
Yes, that's good. Very linked.
They call me Bruce.
And your shoulder is...
Actually, I teach leadership, contemporary problems, and I'm activities coordinator. And this gentleman, his claim to fame is that
I do a lot of running around. I teach World Civ, Asian, photography, Asian studies, photography, and I put the yearbook together for the infamous class of 88. No, I didn't put it together. I kind of
kept track of everybody as they put it together?
Actually, it's a enjoyable class. In some ways, they have to be pushed a little to get things done in terms of deadlines, etc. But they get it done, maybe the night before, but they get it done.
Well, I think the approach in the yearbook this year was much different than what they've done in the past. Tried to show us a bit of a more creativity in the book.
Well, you know, you just had Carolyn on, and she said they were artistic. I mean, this panel is by far one of the best I've seen in years. Every year the seniors do a panel that goes up in the cafeteria. And, I mean, the rest have been good, but this one was exceptional. Great.
No, outstanding.
And the yearbook.
I
it
think
isn't
it
up
was
there yet,
outstanding.
but the yearbook is likewise is getting rave reviews. And, in fact, it's interesting. We're kind of like in some kind of, I guess we're waiting for the 90s, because this is the class that leaves the 80s, and they'll always be remembered as the final, you know, frosting on the cake of the 80s. Normally, one would have words like, you know, it's rad, or it's awesome, or it's cool, or far out, or whatever from each class, but we're kind of like in a lull. So I try to think of the word to describe this class. So I'll go to California because the new word down there is cosmic. So this is the cosmic class to lead us into the 90s.
that arrogant statement is entirely true. It is reality. When I learn to treat your reality with the validity I do mine, and when you learn to treat my reality with the validity of your own, we will then achieve a new reality, one where we respect one another. Thank you.
Anything can be accomplished provided the proper tools are used. The tool needed to accomplish a task can be a lever or a hammer or money, or it can also be a personal quality. Qualities such as integrity, faith, ambition, and intellect are useful in any endeavor. I have found my lever within myself and my place to stand here amongst the class of 1989. I hope that throughout our years in high school, each of us here has learned, as I have, that everyone has the tools to move the world, as well as the power to enlighten someone else with their powers. As we move on here, I leave here in hope that I will find another place to stand as firm and loyal as Terrace, our alma mater.
Success belongs to those who dare to win it. To risk is to take a leap into the unknown real world and accept the consequences. It is an exploration of new experiences in which we may not feel comfortable and secure. The path to wisdom and success is not for kings alone. It is open to you and me. We may not succeed at first, but the failure of your efforts may be the needed preparation for your final triumph. If there are 100 steps in your path to success, and you have not reached it in 99 of them, do not conclude that the journey is a failure. Press on and up. The prizes are generally at the end of an effort, not at the beginning. And not to go on is to miss them. Be valiant. Have faith in yourself. Success belongs to those who dare to win it. Thank you.
This year, the class of 1989 gives this award to someone that we truly have needed in these 4 years, and this person is Mr. Bruce Demon.
It's a bittersweet time because we get to know you, we finally get to like you, and then you leave us. When you depart from your friends, grieve not, for that which you love most in them should be clear in their absence, as the mountain to the climber is clear from the plain. Thank you.
On behalf of the faculty of Mount Lake Terrace High School, I hereby verify the requirements of the state of Washington and the Edmonds School District have been met, and I recommend the class of 1989 for presentation of their diploma.
Thank you, Dr. Klein. It's my pleasure to extend congratulations on behalf of the Board of Directors, the staff, and the Edmonds School District community to you, the class of 1989. We're pleased to be here this evening to recognize your achievements. Director Thomas, as exercising my duties as superintendent, I'd like to present this class of 1989 to you. For the class of 1989, please come forward to receive your diploma. Gregory L. Hester. Martin Hester.